Hey everybody, this video brings us back out to Winter Garden, Florida. And of course, the reason why we are back in Winter Garden, Florida today is because we are here once again at the Goodwill. I was driving through the area, figured why not pop out, why not see what they have. It's been about a week. I think it's been a week. Yeah, I think it's been over a week at this point. It's been over a week since I've last been inside this store, so they've had plenty of time to restock their shelves with Vinegar Syndrome and Arrow and Criterion and Scream Factory movies, right? you never know. Maybe some Vinylmations. Who knows what we might find today? Hopefully the deals will be abundant. Hopefully today we find some awesome, amazing deals. Either way, we're out here, we're driving past, we gotta pop in. You always have to stop into the Goodwill because you never know what you might find. And today I can feel it. We're gonna find something good. I know recently in these videos I've just been going straight back to the media section, but today we're gonna dive into the Disney section first because why not? There are a whole bunch of ears here. I think those are cool. Those are actually really awesome ears, but those are Etsy ears. Those are handmade. There's a whole bunch of non-legit ears in here. There's a couple legit pair, but I know Danielle has, I think everything legit I'm looking at in here, I think she already has. I don't see anything she needs. Although that's odd. Wait, what? Oh, they're the ears. Okay, she has these and I have these. The ears are, let me see if I can get these untangled. There you go. That's a really cool set of ears there for only $15. Not bad. If I did not have these, I would actually pick those up. Okay, all right, yeah, I think she has all of those, doesn't need any of those. I'm just looking for the Vinylmations though. They're not Vinylmations, but they are Funko Pops, but I don't think anything I necessarily want. They do have Frank from Jungle Cruise. That's pretty awesome. It's The Rock. This was actually, probably priced more than $20 at one point. You can see there's a price tag underneath this price tag. This used to be back behind their counter. I don't know why. I don't know if this is like an expensive Funko Pop or something. I don't know why they're still asking $20 for that pop. I don't need it. I don't want it, especially not for $20. And there's a Whitney Houston pop for $20 as well, which I'm also going to pass on. Don't need any of that. So I don't actually know if there's anything over here I need and or want. I'm not really seeing anything. All right, so I'm thinking the Disney section is going to be a bust. I don't think I'm gonna end up picking up anything over here at all. They do have shot glass holders, or as Disney calls them, toothpick holders over here, but I don't need any of those. I no longer collect shot glasses. Used to many years ago, which is weird because I don't drink. But anyway, I don't need the shot glasses. I don't need Rogue One figures. I don't need a really cool, that's kind of neat. Oh, there's a bunch of Venom. Look at that. Those are cool, but no, things we don't need. This is the pop culture bento box put out by Mill Creek. That's pretty cool. I don't need this. I already have like all that stuff, I think. That's a cool DVD set though. But again, I don't need that. I have all that stuff. So, all right, I'm not finding anything over here I necessarily need. So I'm thinking Disney is going to be a bust. There are things that are tempting though, but again, they're things I don't need. All right, so again, Disney is going to be a bust. So moving on from the Disney now over into the media section, which I can see just from here alone is looking fairly impressive. The media section here is always pretty well filled. It's always a really, really good media section. Now, again, is there anything I actually need? I don't know. I have no idea. Here's the Grinch. Do I want this for the van? I don't know if I want the animated Grinch for the van. The live action Ron Howard Grinch, that I would want for the van collection. Okay, I'm gonna take this as some power of positivity because the first thing I'm finding here is a whole stack of Blu-rays, and within them, I am finding a couple 4Ks, things like Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, and the Divergent series, Allegiant, which I do both already have on 4K in my collection. I do not need either of these, so only $5.99, $6 a piece, and I don't need any of these, unfortunately. So I am going to end up having to pass on those. They do have a really awesome digibook release here of Despicable Me 2. That is pretty cool, but I already have the movie on Blu-ray. I don't really need this for $8, so cool to see, but not really anything I necessarily need. And I don't really see anything I need for my main collection or even for my my fan collection. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna end up passing on all this. Pretty awesome to see this many Blu-rays and 4Ks and whatnot, but I just don't think I need any of it. Oh, okay, here we go. They do have the Grinch, the Ron Howard Grinch, but I want that on Blu-ray for the van. They also have Swordfish and Dances with Wolves, which is pretty cool, and Space Buddies, which I'm gonna end up passing on. So, all right, again, power of positivity. I'm finding a whole bunch of Blu-rays, just unfortunately, none I need. Power of positivity indeed, because I just found something I absolutely need for my main collection. The complete 7th and final season of The Golden Girls. I do not have this. For whatever reason, I'm missing the last 2 seasons of this show. I thought I had the whole thing in my collection, but just found out a couple of months ago I did not. So I've been on the hunt for season 6 and season 7. So I absolutely need this for my collection. I'm totally picking this up. This is a really, really awesome find. Honestly, if this is the only thing I find today here at this Goodwill, I'm kind of okay with that. That is how much I love The Golden Girls. That is such a cool find, but I am hoping now maybe somewhere within here is a copy of season 6. That would make today like the best day ever if I could find season 6 over here as well. I'm hoping. I'm keeping that power of positivity alive, but again, I am picking this up. This is an awesome find, and this made coming out here today, in my opinion, completely worth it. They also have things like Studio Ghibli, which I do not need. I already own the Cat Returns, so I'm gonna end up passing on that. And then they also have the 5-film vacation collection. How awesome is this? But why Warner Brothers never released this to Blu-ray, I have no idea. They did release all 5 movies individually on Blu-ray, but why never together in a set like this makes zero sense for me. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think here in the States, we never even got a collection of all 4 of the original films together in a Blu-ray set. I think anyway. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong about that, but Warner Brothers, I know you're watching. If you would just be ever so kind as to release this same exact set only on Blu-ray, I would totally pick it up from you. I would totally rebuy these movies on Blu-ray in a set like this if you released it. I totally want this. This is such a cool set, but I don't need these movies on DVD. I already own them on Blu-ray. I just would rather prefer to own them on Blu-ray in a set like this. So Warner Brothers, again, I know you're watching. Just do it. I would be ever so appreciative if you would re-release this set on Blu-ray. I'll buy it. All right, so unfortunately, I'm not really finding anything else I need to pick up. I am seeing some cool things, like they got a bunch of DC down here. There was a bunch of anime as well, so pretty interesting things. It's just not interesting things I need. They even had some Scooby-Doo, which I would have grabbed for my son, but they're not in very good condition. Those are all completely destroyed. So I think that's pretty much gonna do it for the media section. I just don't see anything else over here I need. Again, things like anime and whatnot is pretty cool, and all the DC I'm finding is pretty cool, but the things I already own, they're things I don't need. Either already have them on DVD, or I have them on Blu-ray, or I just, for whatever reason, don't need them. So I think it's just going to be the Golden Girls, which again, I am totally okay with because I really do need this for my collection. I've been trying to hunt this down for a while now, but like I said, I just don't see anything else I need to pick up. So, all right, I'm gonna go through all this just one more time to make absolutely 100% sure, but I think it is just gonna be the Golden Girls. Okay, so I did go through everything for a second, even a third time, and I'm not finding anything else I need. Unfortunately, no season 6 of the Golden Girls. I was really hoping, I thought, okay, where there's a season 7, there's gotta be a season 6, but no, unfortunately, I am still missing the 6th season of Golden Girls for my collection. I gotta find that at some point, but at least I did find season 7. Pretty happy about that. But again, that is going to do it for the media section. There's nothing else over here I need. I am still eyeing up all these Blu-rays, thinking, well, maybe I want some of these for the van, but I just don't think I do. And again, it is a shame to find 4Ks that I don't need. There is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but I don't know. It's been released in a big like Rankin Bass set. Rather just get that for the van. Same thing with Turtles. I do want this, but I want both movies together in a set. Star Wars, I think I want that. Wait, were the Star Wars movies the the sequel movies ever released in a set. I'm gonna have to look into that. I do want this, but I'm probably just gonna wait to pick that up. Again, Harry Potter, I want all those, but again, together in a set. So, all right, yeah, I'm thinking it's just all right. Okay, for real, I'm gonna leave. It's just gonna be the Golden Girls. You see, this is why I can't stop looking, because as I'm walking away, I notice a little gap right here and see a little bit of red sticking out and realize it's a Switch game. This is Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which Sean already has. He does not need this. Just out of curiosity, looked up to see what this goes for, and it doesn't really go for a lot more than the $7 they're asking for it. This is cool, and yeah, the game is indeed in there. This is pretty awesome, and I would pick this up, but again, Sean already has it. It doesn't really go for anything, and we just don't need it, so I guess I'll put it up here for somebody else. I'm sure some reseller will come by and grab that, but I don't need it. Now if I could just, oh, okay. Again, I gotta stop doing that. I thought for a second there I lost my Golden Girls. That's cool. Okay. I'm gonna walk away. I see. There's so much cool stuff over here. I'm finding it really difficult to walk away. But I've looked through everything multiple times. There is nothing else I want. So nothing else in the media section I want, and now I have to tell myself nothing over here in the glassware section I want either, because I am finding these really awesome Lion King 2 Simba's Pride Welch's jelly jars. These are really neat, but they want $4 a piece on these, $3.99 a piece, which is kind of insane and definitely overpriced. Last time I found Welch's jelly jars here at Goodwill, they were all together just in a bag, as these probably should be, although last time they were Pokemon jelly jars. And don't get me wrong, individually priced at $4 a piece, if these were Pokemon, I would still totally be picking them up. But Lion King 2 Simba's Pride jelly jars for $4 a piece, they're cool, but they're not $4 a piece cool, so I am going to end up passing on these. It's a shame though, because again, if those were Pokemon at $10 a piece, I'd be buying them. Why do I feel like I should be buying a RCA fully automatic belt drive turntable for $40? It says new. That's actually probably a really good deal for that, and I'm sure you guys are probably going to yell at me for not picking this up. I mean, I don't really need a new turntable. I already have a turntable, but I don't know. New old stock for $40, that seems like a really, really good deal. And I feel like I should probably be picking this up, but I guess I'm not going to pick it up. I don't know, probably a huge, gigantic, ridiculously big mistake. You guys can leave your comments down below about that one. You guys can chew me out for not picking that up. Or the boombox over there, which is also kind of cool that I'm not picking up. I should be buying that, right? The turntable I have at home already has built-in speakers, so I'm just going to tell myself that I don't need to pick up that turntable because I don't have speakers. I would have to buy speakers if I were to pick up that turntable. These are pretty cool though. Those would look great in the library if I knew where in the library I would put them. I love artwork. I every time I see all this cool artwork, I want to pick it up, but I just have no idea where I would put any of it. So I should probably look at that. There's Yoda. These are cool. But again, where would I put these? What would I do with them? I have no idea. Anyway, what I was trying to say is I should probably buy that turntable, probably buy a nice set of speakers, probably have a really nice turntable record playing setup, but I have a generic one. But to be honest, I don't listen to my records all that often. I listen to them occasionally if I have like guests over, or if Danielle and I are eating dinner and we just want to have some nice music playing softly in the background. If I listen to my records more, I would buy that, but I don't. But it's only $40. I know. I'm trying to talk myself out of it at this point. All right, so I'm thinking that's probably already almost going to do it for this Goodwill. It's just very, very crowded in here today, so I'm trying to get out of here as quickly as possible. But I am diving into the toy section now, not necessarily seeing anything. I don't see any Vinylmations or anything like that I want to pick up. So the toy section, I mean, I'm not going to say it's a bust because I only just begun looking, but as of right now, I'm not really finding anything I need. Though there are a whole lot more creepy dolls. All right, I'll do it. Annabelle. Ooh, that was awful. Bless you. I feel like it's been such a long time since I've done Annabelle that it's getting rusty. I got to do it again. Annabelle. That was better, right? That was a better Annabelle. I think. I don't know. I get it. It's been a while. I'm bringing it back. Just give me some time to get it right. And once again, I almost lost my Golden Girls. I know a lot of you guys have been yelling at me for talking myself out of buying things, but I mean, do I really need a 500-piece owl puzzle? Even though this is a really cool owl puzzle, I kind of want it, but I don't need it. And yes, I have been trying to talk myself out of things recently because I used to buy a lot of stuff that I did not need. When I moved down here, when I moved from Pennsylvania to Florida, I had a lot of stuff I just got rid of because I realized I just bought too much stuff. I just bought things because I was like, this is neat, this is cool, that's interesting, I'm gonna buy it. And then I would never do anything with it, and it would just end up it would just become a dust collector. And then I moved down here to Florida, and I just got rid of that stuff because I realized I didn't need it. So yeah, I am kind of trying to talk myself out of buying things I don't really need per se. Why am I talking myself out of the record player though? That I kind of do need. That I don't know. that one, fine. That one you guys can give me a hard time about. But I don't know. Over here in the toy section, I just really don't see anything I need to pick up. It's all just stuff that's kind of cool, that's kind of awesome, but it's not really anything I necessarily need to pick up. Even though that owl puzzle is pretty epic. Okay, so I did come back over to look at the turntable one more time, and I'm starting to question if it actually is new or not. It's been retaped back up. I don't know if Goodwill just taped it up and then wrote new on it, and I'm kind of just taking their word for it actually being new. I don't know, but again, I am going to pass on it, and I promise this will be maybe the last time I talk about it. Probably not. But anyway, I am finding this Festival of the Arts Figment here, which is really, really cool. I did used to own this. In fact, I still might own it. I can't remember if mine sold or not, but I used to have this back when I collected for Figment. That is pretty cool, but I don't collect for Figment anymore, so I do not need that. I still love finding Figment, though, in the thrift stores, but I just don't collect for it anymore. So, oh my. Well, I went from saying I don't collect Figment anymore to finding this and thinking, do I want to start collecting again? Look at this amazing Epcot. I'm thinking, this is just the World Showcase. Oh my gosh, that is cool. Look at that popcorn bucket, that vintage Epcot popcorn bucket with Figment right there. I have never seen this before, and now I kind of want to start collecting for Figment again. Oh my gosh, it's only $4. Are you kidding me? That's amazing. Yeah, that one there hurts a little bit. I really am having to talk myself out of buying the popcorn bucket. And yes, I did look up to see if it went for anything, and you can get one brand new with lid on, well, not brand new, but used with lid on eBay for only like $10. So I don't need to pick that up. And I did check, it's not two of the same popcorn bucket. There's a different popcorn bucket inside there. That's cool. And it kind of makes me want to start collecting for Figment again, but I am not going to go down that road because that is a very, very, very expensive road that I can no longer afford. All right, so yeah, I do think that is just about going to do it for the Goodwill. I'm not really finding anything else I need other than the Golden Girls. The Figment stuff was pretty cool, but I no longer collect for Figment, so I'm not going to pick that up. And yeah, I know, I said I wasn't going to talk about it anymore, but the turntable is probably something I should be picking up. But again, I don't actually know if it is new or not, and I would have to buy new speakers for it, so I'm going to pass. There's cool stuff here. They do have a lot of awesome stuff here today. It's just not stuff I necessarily 100% need. Except for this. This I absolutely need. Although, of course, before we do leave, I do have to look behind the counter, and the only thing of real interest I'm seeing is that right there. It's the complete series of Touched by an Angel on DVD, brand new, factory sealed, but they're asking $80 on it. I never really got into that show. I don't really care about that show, so I don't $80 want that show, and I'm going to pass on picking that up. I don't know, maybe it's a good deal, but I don't really care. They do have a Wicket. That is really cool here for I have no idea how much they want. Oh, there we go. $6 for that. Not bad. That is kind of cool, but I don't need it. They either have another copy of Mario Rabbids or somebody brought that over here. Again, I don't need that. I don't need the Superman and Wonder Woman Tiki figures, even though those are kind of cool. Definitely don't want those. I don't need to be buying more vinyl figures. Although I do love the Bizarro Superman here, Toys R Us exclusive. That's pretty awesome. But again, things I just don't need. So I think we're pretty much done here. I don't really see. Oh wow, we know how that ended up. Anyway, I don't think there's anything else here I need to pick up. I think I'm good. Although, oh my gosh, is that a Tampa Bay Rays? Skateboard? I forgot. I forgot the word skateboard there for a second. That's like the one sport I still do. I still have a skateboard. I don't really do any tricks on it anymore. I'm an old man, but I still push myself around on my skateboard. I still have a skateboard. How did I forget the word skateboard? You know how? Because I'm tired. I'm stressed out. This Goodwill's very, very crowded. We're done. I'm leaving. Skateboard. All right, guys. So that's going to do it for the Goodwill here in Winter Garden, Florida. Again, it was very crowded inside there today, like kind of extremely crowded inside there today. I don't know why my anxiety has not been doing great with crowds as of recently. I don't know. I'm getting a little nervous. I haven't been to a convention in a little while, and I'm hoping that I'm okay at a convention. I don't know why I would be okay at a convention and not okay at a Goodwill, but I don't know. My anxiety has been amping up inside the crowded Goodwills recently. So kind of wanted to get out of there as quickly as possible. But I'm happy. I looked around. I saw a lot of cool things. I just ended up having to pass on most of the cool things because they weren't really cool things. Again, let me get my fingers here that I needed. I just needed the Golden Girls. That was the one major thing I wanted to pick up. Although I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't mind picking up one of those as well. That's pretty cool. Anyway, all right. So that is going to do it for the Goodwill. I'm happy. I found a season of Golden Girls I need. I just need, season 6 now, I think. And then I have the entire series, which, like I said, for the longest time, I thought I already had. I thought I had the entire series. Turns out I do not. So season 6, I gotta hunt that down. But all right. Actually, before I let you guys go, there's still one more thing I have to show you. Okay, so as I was coming into the Goodwill, saw a viewer Mark, who actually stopped me to say hello, and he actually had something for me. Something, it's warm in here. Something he actually found for me inside the Goodwill. He was in there before I was, and he was coming out as I was going in, and he said, "I found something you're definitely going to want." And yes, sure enough, he was right. I did want this. I did not have this yet in my collection. Look at the awesome Vinylmation here for $6. Pretty awesome. This is a Disney Vacation Club member cruise Vinylmation. That is pretty awesome. Definitely needed that for my collection. So thank you, viewer Mark, for finding this, knowing that I would want it and grabbing it for me before somebody else picked it up. I really do appreciate that. Awesome guy. He watches all my videos. He was saying he's always buying stuff from my Mercari store as well, which is really, really cool. So thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. That's amazing. So, all right, guys, that is going to do it now for Goodwill. So thanks to viewer Mark for grabbing the Vinylmation, and thanks to whoever donated the last season, the final season of Golden Girls. Thank you for that, because I need this. Why the other seasons weren't there, I have no idea. Why season 6 wasn't there, I have no idea. But still, pretty awesome finds from Goodwill today. But all right, that's gonna do it. So quick trip in and out. Again, very crowded inside there today, but all right, guys. As always, thank you all so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, check down below for links to Patreon, check down below for links to Spreadshirt, check down below for a link to my other channel, Retro Restop, for daily adventure videos, and also hit that join button to become a member of this channel to gain early access to all of my videos. But all right, guys, again, that's it. Thanks for watching. Like I said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you do hit that subscribe button, or you are subscribed, then I will see you in the next video. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Bye.